All right, here's a quick little video for all you Fusion users that have a Delem 6669 T or S press brake, where you want to have your 3D part drawn up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to export. We're going to export a step file. We're just going to call this a sample test file into my downloads. We're going to export that. Now it's in my downloads. You should have gotten Profile T3D with your Genius Series press brake, especially if you got it from us here at Smoke Ranch CNC. What we're going to do is we're going to import that 3D file. We're going to go into the downloads there, and then we're going to go find that sample test. Here's our sample test. We're going to select it. Now we have it inside of Profile T, which is the Delem program. We're going to convert that. It's going to ask to accept this because we want to make sure you don't have any red lines anywhere. Accept. We're going to go ahead and say that this is aluminum, and all of our bends are going to be on an inner sequence. So we're going to accept that. Now that we have it in here, we're going to go in. We can make adjustments if you had to make any leg adjustments here. But what we can do is we could skip all of this right here, and then we can come in and hit transfer. What we're going to do is we're going to transfer the product, and we're going to put that over into our products over here, into the USB drive. We're going to select that there, and then we're going to run over to the brake with our USB. Now that you're over at your controller, what we're going to do is we're going to take that thumb drive, we're going to stick it in here, into the side here, and what we're going to do is we want to come in, and we don't see it in our products here. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit settings, we're going to say backup restore, we're going to restore some products. There's our sample test product right there. We're going to select that. You'll see the little save icon there. Once we have that, we can come into products. You can see the sample there. Now we can come in and you can see the drawing here. You'll be able to manipulate it here. And then in here, you can change any of these legs. You can change any of these angles that you're looking for if you really wanted to make those changes there. So we can go ahead and come out of there. We're going to set up our tools here. So I have already got my 16D die here, and then our knife edge punch here. So I've already got this set here. So you can manipulate this anywhere you want, but I always put it right where I want it. I've got mine right in the middle here. And then this one's going to be right in the middle and lined up there. Once I'm in there, I'm going to hit bend sequence. I'm going to say, I'm just looking for a sequence only. It's going to come up with the best possible sequence here. So it's going to show you where your first bend is, and then your second bend, your third, your fourth, your fifth. Then you'll be able to see that entire box all the way through here. So, or you can come through and hit unbend, and you can see what each bend is going to do. That way you know which way you want to go ahead and do it. Where you're going to hold your part. We're going to hit program. We're going to make sure all of our programs, every bend is programmed correctly. You want to make sure you go off of your drawing that your customer sends you and make sure everything looks correct here. Once everything's correct, you're going to go ahead and click auto. You're going to be on a bend correction of 0, and then you want to make sure you pull this screen down. Long press this. You're going to hear the pump come on. Once that pump comes on, you can go ahead and hit your green button here, and the press brake's going to go ahead and set itself up. Once it's set up, you should be ready to start bending on your first bend here. Now you can see this right here in multiple different ways, or you can look just how the graphic is, and then now you know how I need to hold my part here. Once you have your material over here, you can go ahead and make sure you hold your material in the correct position here. Right now we're doing bend number 1, so I'm just going to press the pedal down. It's going to come down and it's going to do its bend. And then your next step is going to be step 2. This is how you're going to be holding your next one, where you're going to be turning it. You just lift the pedal, press the pedal back down again. It's going to come up. It's going to finish out bend number 2. It's going to switch over to bend number 3. So on and so forth. You're going to continue down. You're going to make sure you're orienting your material correctly. And then as soon as you hit your last bend here, 4 and 5, what it'll do is it'll finish out, and then it'll go back to bend number 1 for you to start on your very next bend if you have a pile of them here.